Hey guys, so this is part 2 of my 1992 Mako 171 17-foot center console restoration. So as you can see, I took the dive and I started cutting. If you check out my first video, you can see how the transom looked when I purchased the boat. But now this is day 2 of my ownership. As I was looking at it, there's a lot of uncertainty of to what extent I am going to go with this repair. And one thing I was really worried about are these, which I believe are called the streamers. As you can see, there's some cracking in the fiberglass, and they do consist of a plywood core. And this one, it's not ideal, but it does have a good it's well attached to the hull itself, and it's pretty structurally sound as far as I can tell, as well as this one, even better condition than this one. But what had me worried was the one here on this left side, and basically it was delaminating from right over here, and as I was cutting and removing the remaining parts of the transom, it just came off. So it kind of answered my question, but since I don't want to remove the floor, which is entirely fiberglass, and it's not half bad on this boat, might just need a little paint job, but it's rigid with no hard spots, I don't want to cut into there. So if anybody knows how I can go about either reinforcing this, or I would prefer to completely replace all of them, or at least this one. But if I have to pull the floor, that's just, I don't want to go there. It's not worth it. But I do have a couple of ideas in mind of how I'm going to go about reinforcing this. But between that and ordering the material for I think I'm going to use marine plywood. But if anybody knows a good source, or a specialized material I know it's not going to be cost effective, but if it's really functional, let me know. I'd give it some thought if the pros are right. But as of now, I think I'm going to go with some marine plywood. I got to do my research on what kind of epoxy and resin I have to use. I don't really know much about that, and also I think before I cover it up, I'm gonna have to do away with this mess of wires. I don't know exactly what kind of engine I'm gonna have on here yet, but got to do my research on that, because the electrical work is definitely my weak spot, and anything mechanical related, I would have to say. But I also am considering probably extending the height of the transom to somewhere along here, so we can just get a much more rigid mounting point for the engine, since I am considering going with something that is generally considered a little big for this boat. I'm thinking a 130. A 150 might be overkill, but I'm looking at a 132 stroke. I just got to find the right deal for the right price. But anyways, that's an update for part 2, day 2 of my little project boat here that I got to keep me busy. And if you guys have any input or criticism, or just maybe some general knowledge that you think might be useful to me, I would appreciate if you guys would comment down below and share your wisdom. But there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, but it just slipped my mind.